Clay Travis predicted that the NBA rankings go woke, go broke. Well, they're going broke. And it's really interesting why they say they're going broke. Obviously, there was an election. Obviously, if anything doesn't go right, you blame the election. The NBA ratings have been tanking. They continue to tank through the start of the season. The season, though, just started. And, boy, I'm going to go both sides here. I know maybe on OutKick we're supposed to say, see, we told you so. See, NBA sucks. See, nobody's watching. They went political. And all that's probably true. But I'm going to go the other side. If you were paying attention, and all of us here on OutKick were, I mean, let's be honest. The election, Trump, Biden, Harris, Walz, whatever, sucked the life out of a lot of things. It's like what they say about the NFL. The NFL sucks all the oxygen out of the room when it comes to live sports. All right. That's part of it, but the NBA sucks. The NBA experience is pretty good. I will tell you, I'm going to hope to go next week. But watching the NBA on television, I'll give you an example. Last night, the Pacers are playing Houston. And I bought, because I'm a degenerate gambler apparently, but it's the only way for me to watch the Pacers, that I have an afternoon show in Indy, so it behooves me to watch the Pacers. I went to my NBA League Pass to try to get the Pacer game on. Wasn't on. Why? Some kind of blackout thing. Wait, they're playing on the road in Houston. Didn't matter. Still blacked out. What? So what did I pay for? The Kansas City Kings from 1972? What did I pay for this archaic blackout thing? Well, anyway, viewership on ESPN is down 28% year over year. I understand why. Yeah, some of it's the election. Yeah, a lot of it's football. The playoff system is sucking the air out of things, but it's also a bad product on TV. It's a good product live. A lot of dancing girls, I don't know. Anyway, the declines are not new. The league was already coming off a disappointing season in which playoff viewership decreased by over 12%. And they're just getting worse. Here it is right here, Adam Silver's excuse this week, that the ratings drop is a byproduct, what did I talk about, of the election and the World Series. That doesn't suffice. We have the World Series every year. I know it was L.A. and New York, and certainly I'm sure I haven't looked. The ratings for those went up. That's fine. The NBA is consistently and has been consistently losing viewers for nearly a decade. Well, for nearly a decade, we've had to hear stupidity out of the NBA's mouth relative to politics, social justice, and it has been stupidity. It really has. I mean, honoring George Floyd? Are you insane? What are you, nuts? As a whole, the NBA has lost 45% of its viewership since 2012. 45%? That's 4.5 of every 10 people that used to watch the NBA no longer watch. Put 10 people in your house. Let 4 of them leave. Cut 1 in half. Get that one out of there. That's a lot of people. That's a ton of people. If I'm a sponsor, I'm like, yo, what are we doing here? Well, I'll tell you what you're doing here. Dudes look like chicks. It's a game that jacks up threes. It's a political league that got shown the door, and its stars are unlikable. Let me go this route with you, all right? Let me go this route. Which star in the NBA is universally respected? I'm going to say LeBron. I think whether you like LeBron or you don't like LeBron, universally respected. I don't think Jokic is. I don't think the African-American community universally respects Jokic or Doncic, 2 fat white guys. There's your problem, too. 2 fat white foreigners. Think about that. In a country that plays basketball, plays basketball and plays basketball, 2 fat white foreigners are the best players. The most talented player is a Greek guy. Now think about that. All these United States kids that get all this money when they're 10 years old, all these little slap dicks that are hovering around them telling them how great they are, and the best players are what? Are foreign dudes. Yeah, everybody can run and everybody can jump and they can shoot, but the game is unwatchable on TV. Now, I have said this. I like the NBA game in person. I do. I already said it. NBA fanboys will counter and cite the league's new $77 billion rights deal with Disney, NBC, and Amazon. It's true. It is. The NBA has cashed in on its rights negotiation, but that doesn't mean the partners didn't vastly overpay. I feel like partners, when I was at ESPN, it's going on 3 or 4 years ago, I remember the dudes there talking about overpaying for the NBA then. It's true the NBA cashed in, but that doesn't mean the partners didn't vastly overpay. In fact, according to the Wall Street Journal, there are already executives inside NBA Universal, the parent company, who believe the company paid too much, $2.5 billion a year, for a product in decline. Well, of course they did. But you know what? You got to have inventory. I mean, think about the winter inventory. Now, one of the things that's happening is college sports, i.e. the playoff system, and the Super Bowl, they're going longer. They're extending more. It used to be once January 15 hit or January 25th hit, it's over. What are we going to fill the rest of that month? What are we going to fill in February and March, right? So the NBA was a pretty good filler there. And then think about it. After March Madness, which is early April, what do you fill in April and May? That, ladies and gentlemen, is why the NBA is popular. You got to have inventory. You can't just show a black screen with bars from the 70s. You got to have something on TV. Live sports sells. Live sports matters. But long story short, of course you overpaid. It is a declining product, and I don't see anybody in college that's going to come out this year and change that, like a Bird, like a Magic, like a Jordan, like a Ewing, like a LeBron coming out of high school. Hell, even like a Kobe. I don't see it. I watch college basketball. If somebody said to me, who's the best player in college basketball, I'd probably say Hunter Dickinson, the big kid who's in his 6th year at Kansas, who won't play at all. Will play limited, if any, in the NBA. Think about that. Anyway, here's Clay Travis's article that predicted all this. This is really fascinating. The most consequential consumer boycott of the 21st century didn't come from drinkers' rejection of beer, although that was good. The dude dressed up like a chick. That was good. By the way, whatever happened to that marketing executive? Whatever happened to her? She was so smug. No more frat boys. Shut up. Speaking as a one-year frat boy, I got 2 words for you. My ass. That's all I got. In particular, the NBA, which has destroyed its brand with a large percentage of American sporting public by embracing woke, political, far-left messaging in its game. No question. No question. See, I equate this to my beloved Colts. When the Colts were rolling, Polian was a taskmaster. Grigson was a taskmaster. And then all of a sudden, the social change stuff happened. And it became, let's worry about relationships. We don't know, no longer is our slogan, nothing gets in the way of winning. All right, same thing. David Stern was a taskmaster. David Stern was a bad mother. Shut your mouth. Anyway, he was a bad man. Adam Silver comes in, and he is going to be, we need social change. He's going to listen to players. You never listen to players. Players are idiots, stone cold idiots that have only themselves and their interests at heart. You never listen to the players. I mean, they live behind gated walls making $50 million a year. You think they got any type of pulse on anything? Please. Anyway, the American sports media is so far left-wing they have refused to share the data right in front of their eyes. That's so true. The American sports media overwhelmingly supports far left-wing political messaging. They love it because it reflects their own views. So true. The vast majority of the sports media want sports to be filled with left-wing politics. They see it as an affirmation of their own personal beliefs and applaud it. That's part of it. The other part of it is the far-left NBA media, and this isn't me talking. This is me talking to a couple media members. And actually, our guy Windhorst, Brian Windhorst, he of ESPN, said it. The NBA media is a mess. Half of the NBA media, I don't know the exact numbers. Maybe it's not half, maybe it's more, maybe it's less. But the African-American NBA media wants to hang with the players, be part of the scene, get with the rappers, the club, be in the music videos. The white dudes, they're scared to death. They're scared to death to criticize anybody because if they do, say it with me, they are what? What? Racist. Boom. And they will be ostracized by their media brothers and by the players. It's really a mess. I would argue in the NBA sphere of media, other than Barkley, Shaq, and Kenny, there isn't one honest media dude in there. Stephen A. Smith looks like he's so trying to be one of the players. He marches in, he got a shooting coach, got a film crew to show that he could shoot. What a clown show. Mike Wilbon, who's lived a wider life in his adult years than me, is trying so hard when social media came out to give the mean mug. I like Wilbon, I do. Give the mean mug, talk like a hard ass, and be a tough guy. What is it about Wilbon and Smith that makes them try to be something they're not when they cover the NBA? It's a bit racist, really. If you want to kiss up to the stars, eat a bunch of bonbons and quarter pounders, get fat, and make no-look passes. Act white, act European, act Serbian. I mean, damn, they march into the game. Get rid of them. We're inside Indiana. Inside the NBA can't come quick enough. But Clay's not wrong, and he nailed it right on the head. I don't want to watch. I'll go. I like going. I'm not going to lie. I do like going. There's an energy to going, and it really doesn't have a lot to do with the play on the court. It's all the surroundings. Yeah, call me a 10-year-old kid. I don't care. I like pretty girls. I like bumping music, yo. I like when they shoot stuff into the air and I watch dudes over there that I know are billionaires jumping up for a shirt. I do. I like it. But, of course, I had great seats, and it was the playoffs against the Knicks. I'm hoping to go next Friday. I'll give you a report. All right. This is interesting to me because I filed this under, the hell you going to do? Nah, seriously, what the hell you going to do? So the NFL is being applauded, actually, for what? I'll tell you for what. They have no issue with players doing the Trump dance. Like, I get that. What's your issue going to be? We don't like you doing this? I mean, we got guys grabbing their crotch, wiping their ass. The idiot the other day got out a towel, wiped down the ball. I mean, just stupid stuff. Randy Moss mooning people, guys whipping out cell phones. I mean, it's just stupid. It's idiots being idiots. So if you don't like a little bit of this, and who doesn't like a little bit of that? See what I added to it? A little bit of shimmy. Yeah, you know. Anyway, who doesn't like a little bit of that? Hey, I'm pissed. You can't do that dance. What dance? I was honoring my grandmother. That's the way she and my grandfather used to dance. Leave me the hell alone. Commish. Of course they have no. Of course they can't get mad at the Trump dance. Besides, Trump kicked their ass. And remember, racism, and it starts with all of us, is right there on the field while their media and their players could not be more racist. Anyway, NFL, through a spokesman, has confirmed that it has no issue with players who do the dance that mimics the moves of President-elect Donald Trump. They, my opinion, should be excited that players in that freaking league understand, one, Trump was actually elected. Number two, they support Trump. That league should be ecstatic. There ain't a chance in holy hell Roger Goodell or any of them dudes making $40, $50 million sitting in the penthouse suites next to some rapper to get a photo op at a game. There ain't no chance in holy hell those dudes voted for that idiot and the effeminate male. There's just no chance. So, of course, now, they would encourage it. They would put Kamala Harris at center field, or whatever you call it, midfield, if, in fact, she had won. And Tim Walz would probably get down to his pink thong if, in fact, they had won, but it didn't happen. So now you got to embrace. In NFL, smart. There's no issue with celebratory dances such as what took place Sunday or the previous week, 49ers on November 10th. NFL chief spokesperson Brian McCarthy said in an email, the league wants to be portrayed as sober about its rules and how it applies them evenly across the board, really. Free of any perceived bias, the source told OutKick. The NFL, which should remind everybody, did not fine any players for kneeling back when that demonstration was used by many to make a statement. That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. But, boy, you can't tell me that Tim Walz in his pink thong and Kamala Harris and her bottle of gin wouldn't be there right now at the biggest NFL games, right at midfield, on the field, for the coin toss every week celebrating. You can't tell me they would. None of this changes the fact that the Trump dance has caught on in a manner that seeing cultural meaning in it is understandable. Yeah, it is. If you notice, the men doing these celebrations are often joined by teammates, and the teammates together represent various races or cultures. That's right. I've said forever, that's what the hell sports is. Damn. So, the narrative in some circles that Trump is racist or fascist, which, you know what? Let's put that to bed. You know, you're not racist, not fascist, not a Nazi. It's simply Democrats with no policies, throwing things at the wall, hoping it sticks. It didn't. You lost. Move it along. Or as some politicians and media have accused, a Hitler. Oh, boy. It loses steam when seen in the light of sports celebrations by black, white, and brown folk. And these guys in the NFL aren't afraid to do it, which reminds everybody it came from Trump. That in itself is a cultural change from even 4 years ago. And I would add a cultural change that is needed. I get it. You're idiots. I get it. I understand you're fools. I get it. I do. All you Harris voters. But here's the deal. Make America great. Now say that twice. It is kind of cool. And if you don't want to make America great, my question to you would be, what would you want to make it? You want to make it bad? You want to continue on the path? I don't know. What I do know is this. I like it. Ever since Trump won, I've had a weird feeling of unity. And watching NFL players, as written here, black, white, brown, whatever, come together to do that, well, it warms this cold heart. Well done. Well done. All right, my boys. Yeah, they're my boys. Shut up. Indiana University, any sport, is my boys. 10-0 football team. Getting ready to head to C-Bus. That's right. That's what we call it, Columbus. C-Bus. We're that kind of cool on this show. Don't at me about it. No, seriously, don't at me. Anyway, Hoosiers getting ready to go to C-Bus. They're getting ready to go take on the vaunted, the never daunted Ohio State Buckeyes, as talented a team as there is in the country, for the Big Ten title in many ways. Indiana wins, then all they got to do is step over little brother Purdue, and next thing you know, it's Indiana and Oregon in the Big Ten championship game. A lot of people think Indiana sucks. Well, I don't think they suck. I think they've handled opponents well, but that's the problem. People think the opponents suck. It's not Indiana's fault Nebraska sucks. It's not Indiana's fault that Northwestern sucks. It's not Indiana's fault that Michigan sucks. These are 2 of the 3 legendary programs. Nebraska, Michigan, you kidding me? Ain't their fault they suck. Indiana handled Nebraska 55 or 56-7. Ohio State had to get a goal line stand. Look, there's all these narratives. Say it however you'd like. But Joey Galloway came up with the weirdest one. If I'm Indiana, I don't know if I'm playing Rourke, the quarterback, Curtis Rourke, against Ohio State. We've seen what happened to Florida State. Last year, Jordan Travis. What could keep Indiana out of this? Getting their quarterback hurt. We've seen it happen to Florida State last year, not having played anybody. So a lot of this that we're looking at is an eye test. All right, let me address all of that. Yes, it is an eye test. There's no question. Indiana will play its first-ranked team coming up on Saturday in the Horseshoe at noon on Fox, and I will be there. I will be there. Yeah. Oh, God, I'm going to be there. All right. Having said that, though, you got to play your quarterback. Now, I'm going to go both sides with this. Here's what Joey Galloway said, and it's not in this. Indiana has a 97% chance of making the college football playoff if they beat Ohio State. If they lose to Ohio State, Galloway said on the show, it's 96%. So what Galloway is saying is you are in. The only way you are not in is if you don't play your quarterback. I'm sorry, if your quarterback gets hurt and you lose. Well, he's right. I mean, I get it. I do. But the thing is, Indiana's won a game and a half without their quarterback, Curtis Rourke. Their backup, Tavion Jackson, well, he finished the second half of I don't know which game. I think it was Nebraska. And then he played the entire Washington game. Indiana won both. So I don't know if that holds water from Galloway's side. Now, the other side of it is, yeah, I'm just simply not doing it. I got a chance to make history. I got a chance to win the Big Ten. The other side of that, of course, is what's more important. You want to win the Big Ten or you want to guarantee a spot in the college football playoff? Look, I don't know that either way there's a guarantee. And I think it's a really stupid idea. But give Joey Galloway credit. Now, you got to understand something. Joey Galloway is not a typical DEI, DeMarcus Ware, Mina Kimes kind of hire. He has been there for a long, long time. And he is really good. He is really, really good, I think. He thinks out of the box. That's out of the box thinking. The reaction, I'm in the minority here. But if Curtis Rourke shows up in a win over Ohio State, that's a legit case to be made for him. Best quarterback in the country. Yeah. Yeah. And he has the numbers to back it up. There's your Heisman Trophy. Now, Karan or whatever the hell her name is, there's no chance Curtis Rourke's winning the Heisman Trophy. He missed a couple of games. Yeah, he's not doing that. But let's think about other things. Big Ten Player of the Year. Why not? I don't see any Big Ten guys right there. That'd be a hell of an accomplishment. Lead your team to an undefeated season, first in Indiana football history. Whoa. They haven't won the Big Ten since 1967, and that was a tie. Now, think about that. Now, I get it. In this day and age, athletes, or at least the media, wants athletes to make money and stay safe, right? I don't care about either of it. I don't give a damn how much any of these guys are making or not making. I don't give a damn if they get hurt or they don't get hurt. I know I don't want anybody to get hurt. What do I care, though? I like that Indiana's got a good football team. I'm playing the quarterback, and I ain't messing around, period. Good for Galloway, though. Seriously, I like Joey. Joey is not a DEI hire. He is not. He is smart. He is experienced. And you know what? He thinks outside the box, my kind of dude. Smart, experienced, thinks outside the box. I'm all in on that. Hey, how about left-wing lunatics? The party of peace, the party of, togetherness, the party of joy. This doesn't seem so joyful. This does not seem so joyful. Left-wing lunatics are sending death threats to our friend Nancy Mace. Congresswoman Nancy Mace has been getting death threats for defending her stance, saying men, I don't know what this means, are cosplaying as women, and they have no rights in women's bathrooms. What are we doing? I don't know what cosplay means. I guess it's acting as. But the facts of the matter is, you got a dick, you go in the men's room. You got a JJ, you go in the women's room. Hey, if you want to solve the problem, do one of them all-sex rooms. Remember when I was on Cowherd, when everybody was bitching. Charlotte lost, what was it, or Atlanta lost the baseball all-star game, or Charlotte lost. So Cowherd had me on, and I'm like, look, how about this? Men's room, ladies' room, and put in all people's room. It ain't that hard. Who cares? No, you got to allow. You allow whatever. I will not allow. I'm just telling you this. I look at my daughter. I look at my wife. I look at my ex-wife. I look at my sister-in-law. I look at my sister. I look at my mom. If I'm at a sporting event and they go in a bathroom and some obvious dude dressed up as a chick walks in behind them, I'm going in there because I don't trust that person. I think there are mental health issues with that. You may not. Good for you. And you can call me whatever names you want to call me, but I'm going in there. Imagine not going in there and all of a sudden something happens. Hey, I'm not saying anybody's good, bad, happy, or sad. I'm saying I'm going in there. So when somebody tells me men don't belong in women's restroom, I got two words for them. Duh. Here's Nancy Mace. She's standing, Nick. She's standing on business, Nick. Here she is.
If that being a feminist makes me an extremist, I'm totally here for it.
Is this effort in response to Congresswoman McBride's coming to Congress?
Yes, and absolutely, and then some. I'm not going to stand for a man, if someone with a penis is in the women's locker room, that's not okay. And I'm a victim of abuse myself. I'm a rape survivor. I have PTSD from the abuse I've suffered at the hands of a man. And I know how vulnerable women and girls are in private spaces. So I'm absolutely 100% going to stand in the way of any man who wants to be in a women's restroom, in our locker rooms, in our changing rooms. I will be there fighting you every step of the way.
What's the problem? I love that she's just saying this. You bigot asshole, blah, blah. Oh, shut up. I mean, think about this. How are we even having this conversation? Explain it to me, Lucy. Explain it to me, Lucy. How are we even having this conversation? All right, here's a lunatic response. Watch this.
This video goes out to Congresswoman Nancy Mace. Congresswoman Nancy Mace, I hope that one day I do find you in that woman's bathroom and I grab your ratty looking fucking hair and drag your face down to the floor while I repeatedly bash it in until the blood's everywhere and you're dead. Thank you. I hope that Nancy Mace receives this message well. Kisses.
Look at her. Look at that. What the hell? That's what I'm saying. It's a mental health problem. Disagree with me and I want to bash your head in. Here's Mace's response. To everyone threatening my life, your intimidation will not stop me from standing up to women. Maybe channel those big feelings and loud opinions into finding the right restroom. Here she is, number 2. This is the exact type of man I don't want in the women's bathroom with me. He says he's going to grab my looking effing hair, drag my face to the floor, repeatedly bash my head until there's blood everywhere, and kill me. Now, with all due respect to the idiots out there that say things like this, you just made the woman's point. I mean, let's say that I was against what Nancy Mace had to say. Let's say that, well, I don't know what my answer would be, or I don't know how I would not defend Nancy Mace, but let's just say for the sake of argument, I hit my head too many times, and now I am not defending Nancy Mace here. And I would say, wait a second. Based on that response, by that thing, yeah, I'm defending Nancy Mace. It would sway my opinion, but I'm reasonable. I'm a reasonable guy. Stunning to me that people can't see this. Stunning to me that there are more of that guy out there than you know. I told you, Lee and I, downtown Minneapolis, walking home from dinner, not even late, 10 o'clock. Dude in a dress pops out. Hey, can I ask you a question? I looked at him, I said, no. Then we kept walking. It's crazy people out there. What do you think that question was? Hey, have you heard about Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior? Yeah, I don't think so. I don't know what that clown wanted, but it wasn't something that was going to benefit me or my wife or probably him. Yeah, don't even at me. The NBA's local idiot, Draymond Green, he hasn't stopped talking about the Grizzlies head coach, Taylor Jenkins, after the coach accused the dumbass of resorting to his usual antics of dirty play when he twisted the ankle of our boy, Grizz center and Rookie of the Year, Zach Edey. He then went after Stephen A. Smith for saying he should be suspended and insinuates the league uses his name to boost rating. Well, as we just showed you, if they're using the name of Draymond Green, guess what? It ain't working, particularly to boost rating. It ain't working. Don't even at me about it. Don't even do it. You got Janky Taylor Jenkins, who is a softie, who goes out and at some point you hope to think that we beat y'all in the NBA final, not the NBA finals. They ain't getting there. Not with him. We beat y'all in the NBA playoffs because he was too emotional. So then his team followed that, and they follow your lead and collapsed because they couldn't deal with the emotions of it, but their coach couldn't deal with the emotions of it. Yeah, more Draymond. Yeah, more second-grade education from Saginaw, wherever the hell he's from. Yeah, if we could listen to the great philosopher that is Draymond. Yeah, okay. Talking about emotions. Bro, this is game 11. And you run to the media crying about a foul? Come on, bro. And with your 7'3" rookie, how to be emotional and run to the media talking about a foul, huh? What? How to be emotional and run to the media talking about a foul, huh? How to be what? Huh? We bigs. Oh, the English lesson continues. We big men. Oh, The English lesson continues. You don't run to the media talking about a foul. You a big man. The English lesson continues. By the way, what you need to learn, By the way, what you need to learn how to do is learn how to take a hard foul. You're a big man. What you just taught him was how to let Draymond own your mental. This is legitimately a guy that got into Michigan State. Because now you just ran and told. So now what I think of you, you got to deal with that. Oh, okay. What do you think? Do you think? I know we're not supposed to make fun. I mean, but I would do it to white guys too, seriously. When you're this stupid, you got to. I don't care how much money you got. I don't care how many TV entities love you. You're an idiot. Like Draymond Green has acted like a dumbass, and what they've done in the NBA is put Draymond Green on our television during the playoffs, and he's like the next Charles Barkley. No, he's an idiot. Charles Barkley's really smart. Draymond Green's a stone idiot. The gaslighting is crazy. You got Stephen A. talking about many people around the league think Draymond should be suspended. That ain't right. Because if many people around the league think Draymond should be suspended, guess what? Draymond's going to be suspended. I like third-person Draymond. He's smarter that way. I'm playing too well. Guess what? The ratings are low. We know. Draymond's name sparks buzz. We know that name carries weight. We know that's going to get people riled up. All right, I guess. I mean, as much buzz as you can spark being third-grade educated and acting like a dumbass and actually being on a team that's fairly irrelevant right now. I mean, it was interesting. Let's be honest. Draymond Green was interesting, very interesting, when they were winning. When they were winning, it's like, hey, all right, now they suck. He's been exposed. And guess what? They ain't interesting. Like used to be, hey, I want to watch the Warriors play. Now it's like, what's the record? Who's on their team? What happened to Klay Thompson? Draymond Green can't play basketball other than when he's got great players around him. He's a good filler guy. Interesting. Hey, arguably one of the worst human beings around. Sunny Hostin. Now, Sunny Hostin is the poster child for hot woman until she opens her mouth. She fumes as she is forced to read a legal note just minutes after presenting the Matt Gaze allegations as fact. Her facial expressions while reading the legal notice is worth the watch. Here it is.
How could you nominate someone with allegations of child trafficking across state lines and having sex with a 17-year-old? My understanding further on in the interview, they discussed the fact that once he finds out that she's 17, he stops having sex with her.
Sonny, you have a legal note.
I do have a legal note. Thank you, Whoopi. Matt Gaetz has long denied all allegations, calling the claims, quote, invented, and saying in a statement to ABC News that this false smear following a 3-year criminal investigation should be viewed with great skepticism. That DOJ investigation was closed with no charges being brought.
We'll be right back.
Yeah, what a piece of shit. Seriously. I mean, that pained her to read the truth. I mean, I think she got a little itchy down there when she actually had to read the truth. I mean, what these women do, and again, if you watch them, great. I assume they're popular. I've never watched them. Ever since they told Sam Ponder, hey, we don't want no white women on our show. No white women. Whoopi Goldberg literally said that to her when Sam was supposed to be on. No white women this week. I don't know who Sunny Hostin is. Kind of hot, though. But as soon as she opens her mouth, it's over. Awful. Ridiculous. And she's an evil person. You could tell. You could tell that her having to read an actual, factual, what is it called, disclaimer or a legal note pained her. I guarantee you she got a rash because she had to actually state something that was true. And that's what that legal notice was. What a piece of shit. This is speaking of pieces of shit. He's under investigation. That's right, for being a moron. He allowed Connor Stallions, the sign-stealing punk from Michigan, to go on his sideline at Central Michigan wearing like infrared glasses or recording glasses or something stupid. So Jim McElwain, the Central Michigan coach, who was the head coach at Florida for a minute, has abruptly retired in the middle of the season. This comes, of course, as McElwain and his program are under NCAA investigations with regards to footage that came out last season of what appears to be Connor Stallions in Central Michigan gear on their sideline, actively working to steal Michigan State's signs from across the field. Well, guess what? Stallions was an active member of the Michigan football staff. This is all very illegal, very stupid. And McElwain, he gone. No, he gone. McElwain was probably, this is my experience, I'm not trying to go Sonny Hostin on here, given a choice. Retire, or we're going to fire you. If we fire you, you get no money, whatever's owed on your contract. If you retire, we will let you go out with some dignity, and we may slip you something. But this is absolutely 1,000% tied to these allegations. Don't even try it. Don't even try to slip this by double dizzle. I get it. You're not going to hear. It's Central Michigan. If he resigned from Florida, remember Urban did that, the world would explode, but it's Central Michigan. Nobody even, where is it, Mount Pleasant? Nobody even in Mount Pleasant cares that this guy resigned. They don't. Why would anybody? Central Michigan sucks. The place is a blank hole. And nothing good comes out of Central Michigan. I don't even know what, if anything, has come out of Central Michigan. So anyway, just stop. Do yourself a favor. Just stop.